Hi guys, welcome to Visual Basic for Application and Microsoft Access tutorials. In this session, I'll be doing a demonstration on how to create a real estate or rental houses management system. This is how my system works. We launch our system, the XX Flats Real Estate Nakuru Limited. So here I key in my credentials, done. Then I am taken to the dashboard. When I'm in the dashboard, there are several things I can accomplish. Like for example, I can set the month to the next month. Like for example, we are in January, so I can set February or March. Then I can also add tenants, but before we do that, we can just hide the ribbon. So once we hide the ribbon, I can be in a position to add a new tenants. So I just go to this GUI here, then I can just add a new tenant. Right now we have a new tenant, a customer name here. You can have Adams Arcade. Then cell phone, you can just put an imaginary phone number there. Then date of entry. House number, you can have house J, that's the house number. Float number, let's say 23. Terms and conditions, you can type there. For the year and the month, they will be auto-generated since I have set it to be the default values. So the category here is 1 bedroom. Location, let's say Nakuru. And then these ones, you can capture documents like there is the rental agreement, the photo, the ID, if you may need. Then at the next of kin, let's say Caroline. Address 34, Nakuru. County of residence Kisumu. Deposit, this guy here has paid a deposit of 52. So from here, I save the record. Then I can cross this. So guys, when I go to this one, you can see I have a new customer. That is Adam Arcade, who has paid 52 pounds for the deposit, and this one was paid by cash. Then after doing this, I need to feed the rent for January for this person. There you are. You can see for Adams Arcade, he has not paid anything. So the rent for this month, let's say it's 5,600. Then after doing that, there is the water bill. Probably we approximate he used for 20, or probably everybody else was paying that. Then we have the electricity bill. You can capture the electricity bill there. Then guys, after doing this, you will notice that this system will not allow you to go to the next record, since you are not supposed to add these deactivated fields like house number, date entered, deposit, tenant name, ID number, month, and the year. Those ones are supposed to be captured using this form, and therefore there is no way you will be in a position to add them here. And therefore that's why you see when I go to this point here, even if I tab, I will not be taken to a new field. I have disabled that. Then from there you can print receipt for Adams Arcade. You see, this is what Adams Arcade has paid here. This is his stuff here. He has paid rent of 5,600 January for 20 and electricity. This is the receipt for this guy here. So after having done that, one here, so you just need to click there and click receipt in case you need to have that. So if I go to the month of April, here we set 0 for him, so he's supposed to have zeros, so that when I go to this point, the receipt can produce the total. So you just go to this point. There we are. So you can see now the receipt is complete. But later on, we shall set the currency to the currency of your country. So guys, this is how now this system works. So in case I want to fill rent for February here, you see there is no way I can do that unless I set this one to February. So I just click on this one, and then I set that one, then I close the system. Therefore this one, copy to clipboard, save record, copy to clipboard is okay. So if now I restart my system here, if I restart my system, let me just cancel this. Let me cancel this one. I want to use access 2021 instead of that one. So real estate, I open my office, that is my program again. So I go to done. There we are. So you'll notice that for the month of February, it is now ready to accept data. So I can just go to this guy here, mode of payment. Let me say check. He has paid 5,600 as the rent. Water bill we pay, let's say 20. Electricity, let's say 40, 52. That way. So you notice that when now I save this record here, when I refresh, I save this record here. You see now these guys again, these ones have 000. So if I go to February, that is to January, it will be 00. May 00. Everything will be 00. But now here for April again, they have 00. So these ones we need also to do 000. 0. This is 0. Sorry. This is 0. You must set the month that is left blank to 0. So this is 0. This is 0. This is 0. So after doing this, if now I go back to February, I click on this guy Jonas, print receipt. There we are. You see now the receipt for Jonas is complete, and you'll notice that January it is 000, February it has taken. So when we set it again to March, the same case applies, and for that case you realize that the system is working 100%. But if I needed to see the annual payments, here we are. So you can be in a position to see some of the payments here. This is only that this one is a bit larger. This is one for the journals. But if, for example, again, we set our system back to January, you'll be in a position to see that this one is working. Like for example, if now I open the system, if I open the system, okay, that one will not really help until we set the month. So in case I go again to March, go to March, yes, like that, then I refresh, copy to clipboard, then I need to go to this one, then I come back here. You see the month has changed, March. You see now this one becomes blank. March is ready to accept data for the month of March. You see the system is working perfectly. So guys, I will be taking you through step by step on how to create this system from scratch in my next video. So keep on waiting, keep on watching there. You'll be in a position to see how that system is actually created from scratch. So let me just log in again. Let me just log in. So I just go to this, done is the password and username. So hide ribbon. Then here you'll see I am logged in as done. So when I click on these ones, my system now is active and ready to accept data for the month of March. You just check here. So you'll be in a position to see. Let me feed these guys. Like now I feed this guy. This is cash. This one paid 4,556. Sorry, escape. This one paid that one. That one. Then paid 54. Then paid 52. This paid 5,200. Paid 230 and paid 516. This one paid that one. This paid 520. this one 5. So this one is 7400, this one is 23, this one is 53. Then I needed to tab that one. So this is the data we have for the month of March. So when you go to this point, you'll be in a position to see the monthly, that is the monthly statement. This should be monthly. I'll change that later. You see now, my interest is in the month of March. You see, in the month of March, I can be in a position to see. But later on, in our next video, we shall be in a position also to see how you can now create an annual statement that is showing January, February, March, etc. So guys, keep on checking. I will be back with part 1, where we shall start by creating the tables and queries. Then later on we shall proceed to VBA. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done so. Remember to comment, and also remember to also add more ideas on what video you would like me to do next. Thank you very much. Hi guys, let's proceed with rental or real estate management system. This time round we shall be doing the system from scratch. So right click, go to new, go to folder. So we call this folder real estate management system. So I open the folder, then right click inside, go to new, then access, Microsoft Access. So this one is our XX real estate rentals Nakuru Limited. So this is our system. I have given access real estate rentals. So here I need to open access. So I'll be using access. So I launch access, then go to open, go to browse, then I go to desktop, I go to where R is real estate, then launch our system. So enable macros. Then from here we need to create our tables. So we shall create 2 tables. We shall create tenants and we shall create payments. So what I need to do is to click on create, then I just go to table design, then here I do my things. So I have payment, P will stand for payment, so I have payment ID number. This one will be text, so P stands for payments table. So we have that one. Then you can have serial number, this is auto number and primary key. Then you can have we shall have January, Jan, Feb, March, that will April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, that way. So these ones will be our currency. This is currency. I'm tapping letter C on my keyboard using the down arrow key. So these are the payments that will be done in that month. Then from there we shall have the water bills. So we shall have water bill 1, water bill 2, water bill 3, water bill 4, water bill 5, water bill 6, water bill 7, water bill 8, water bill 9, water bill 10. Then you shall have water bill 11, then water bill 12. We have 12 months. Then from there we go to electricity. Electricity 1, electricity 2, electricity 3, electricity 4, electricity 5, 6, electricity 7, 8, electricity 9. This will bring trouble. Electricity 9, electricity 10, electricity 11, electricity 12. So here E stands for electricity, whereas W here, W stands for water bills. So guys, after having done that one, we can also include mode of payment here. Mode of payment. Avoid space, mode of payments. So on the mode of payment, we can use lookup wizard. So I go down here, go to lookup wizard, then I will type in the values that I want next. So here I type cash, then we have check, then we can have EFT, you can have mobile money, and others, then finish. So far we have the complete table. So I just go to save, then this table of mine will be called payments table. So after having done that, I right click and close that, then I go to create, then again table design. This time round I'll be creating the tenants table. So we start with the ID number of the client. Right click, primary key, then we shall have customer name, that is the tenant, then the telephone, or we can have the cell phone. We shall have date entry. We shall have date exit. So this is date and time, then we shall have reasons for exit, then we shall have house number, then we shall have flat number, then we shall have terms and conditions. We can type a sentence, so we need to have long text or memo. Then we shall have the tenant year. T here stands for tenant year. This is number, so this is T year, means tenants year. It means tenants year. Then we shall have T month. T month here stands for tenant month. It's important for us to be categorical. So we have the house status, whether house is vacant or not. So house status, so this one is yes or no, this is vacant or occupied. Then we go ahead, we have to have the category of the house, category. So category, guys, we shall use lookup wizard. So I go to lookup wizard, I will type, this is the value number 2 next. Then here I shall have bed sitter. You can have 1 bedroom, you can have double, you can have hall. So we can have those ones. Then having done that, you can have documents that somebody may upload. We can have document 1, document 2, document 3. So these ones we shall use attachment. Shall use a data type called attachment. You can also have a data type called attachment. We shall have another data type called attachment. Then from there we can have other fields like next of kin, next of kin. Next of kin, we can also have address, can have address. We can also have home county, that is home county. Then we can have, after home county, you can have the amount deposit or down payment. This is currency. Then lastly, you can have house location. So guys, this is the next table. It's also a wronger table. Then you save this one. Go and save. This one is tenants. There we are. So these are our two tables, guys, that we need to have so that our system can really run. So from here, we need to proceed to queries. Now that we have created the two tables. So what we need to do is to proceed to queries. So go to query design. Here we need to create the query, so I go to show table, add tables up here. Then we shall have a payment table and tenant table. So the tenant table is the parent table, so I can just pull this downwards a bit this way, like this. So I need to bring these fields. First of all, make sure you click this minus sign. That one should look like that, to avoid so many unnecessary fields. So here I double click so that all the data can be entered in my query. So I need to do these terms and conditions. Then I go to year, month, house, category, document 1, document 2, document 3. I go to next of kin, address. I want to see whether they are being added, so you scroll. We have home county, deposit, and location. Then we start for the next table. For the next table here, we have that one, January, February, can have March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Then I also scroll. I will proceed. Water bill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You continue scrolling. Then we go to electricity. We put them. We also make sure that things are running smoothly, like that. So I save this one, just call it main query, like that. Then after doing that, I can now proceed to the other section. The other section now, I just go to creating joins. See what I'm doing here. I will just equate the fields that are equal. So here I bring the ID number to P number, double click. So I use option number 2, include all records from mother table to child. Then I go to year. Where is the year? I need to go where the year is. T year. Okay, we need to go back and add those ones. Let's go back to payments. We need to add those fields, important fields for equation. So here I need to have here I just go to P month, p month, that is p month. P here stands for p month, p stands for payments table. Then you have p year, p year, p year. This is P stands for that one. So this one was missing. So cross this, go back to query, right click, go to design view, go to P month and P year. I hope I have added them here. Yeah, good. So now I can equate, just equate T year to P year that way. Then T month to that one. There we are. Then save. So this is my main query. So far it will not display anything since there are no data that has been added. So I go back to this way. For example, now I go to tenant. I can add 2 tenants. Like for example, I can use any ID number, but it is important to restrict the ID numbers to 10, so that somebody may not key in irrelevant numbers. Customer name here, let's have Adams cards. Date entry 8. Then house number, can have house JK 450, flat number 1. Then year is 2022, month is January. So to automate the months, I can just go back to here, month. So I go to default value January. Then for the year here, time here just go to default value. Then write year, open the bracket, date, open the bracket, close the bracket. Good. Now that one this function will give current year as default value. You see, it gives 2022. So we can have another gentleman here. Here we can have John Peter. Then date you choose from the calendar. House number, number 451 or 452. Flat number 1. Then the others will automatically. So this is occupied, this is occupied, like that. So when I go back to my query, you will see that it has started. Getting data. It has started now getting data from the tables. So after having done that, now you can duplicate this query. You can duplicate this query by copying and paste. Once you paste, you can just call this one something like data entry queue, like that. So we have that one. That is we have the tables, and also we have the query. So guys, that is the part that I wanted us to run in part 2. In my next video, I will be doing GUIs, or the data entry forms, so that we can be in a position to know and see how that one is supposed to be done. Remember to subscribe, and also remember to share my files with your friends. Thank you very much. Welcome guys to part 3. In this session, I will be doing the GUI. I will be doing the form, that is the dashboard. So the dashboard is getting its data from data entry queue. So what you do, you just go to create, then you go to form design, then you can just enlarge this one like that. You can give it some color. So go to this point, give it some color, then right click, go to form header and footer. This portion was missing, so I right click here, give this color black, then save this one as data entry. So after doing that, you need to get data from main query. So I just go to property sheet here, then or here you choose form. So record source here you choose data entry, then close this, save. Now from here I can be in a position to have data. You see now I have all my data here. This one we agreed you remove those ticks. They should be plus, not minus. So this is the data that I need to put here. But before I do that, you had seen there were some buttons for every month here. So I usually use toggle buttons. So you get the toggle button. This is the toggle button. Then you draw your first toggle button. Then copy, paste. Now you see I have 3. I need the fourth one. Then I can copy this, copy paste. So I bring these ones here. Sorry, I undo. I just want to bring these ones here. Then now those are 4 times 2, 8. So I need to copy paste again so that I can have the other row like that. I can also paste again that way. So then this one I give them different color. Go to format here, shape, just give them color green. This is what I had done. Then from here, remember we are designing the GUI. That is the GUI. So this is January. This is February. This is March. This is April. This is May, June. We have July. This is August. This is September. This is October. November and December. That is what we have. Then can just close this. Here this one can be show ribbon. This one can be hide ribbon. Then this one can be something like cross. Sorry, I've double clicked by mistake. Cross form. Then this one can be removed. So these are also important buttons that you shall use later on, but for that case you can change their color. Let them have different color, and also format. They have different font of white. So this is what we have. So this I am still working on my GUI, how it will look like. Then after doing that, you can also assign a label here. Form design label shall have an important label here. Just tap space bar so that the label cannot disappear. Then go to properties. It is called label 16. That is very important. So I save that. The next step is to bring the data here. So I go to add existing data here. Then you bring the data you want. I want that one. You remove the label. So I need that one. I need to have the ID number. I need to have the customer name. You remove the label. You don't need the label, so the ID number. Then you need the customer name. Then I also need to have deposit. The deposit this guy paid. We had the deposit. Let's just reduce. The deposit is here, so I remove the label, bring the deposit there. Deposit. Then date entered, date of entry. Remove the label. That is the date. Then we shall have mode of payment. Mode of payment. Then we shall have the house number. the house number, this one, house number. Remove the label. We shall have the house number there. Then from there, the next thing we need, this one should be somewhere there, that label. The next thing we need to have is to have the water bills. Just come point here, draw the label. This is the water bills. So give it color white and also make it something like Toro. That is the water bill. Then go back there, take the next point here. We shall have electricity bills. Then again go to format, do the same, borrowed, give it size 12. So this is the electricity bill. So after doing that, the last part here we have the month. We shall have the month, and lastly the year here. Then again do the same, go to format, color white, borrowed, size 12. So here I will just go to this point here. Remember we have the T year, so I remove the label. This we have the T year, and also we have the T months. Don't forget, we have the T months, the T year and the T month. Then this is the T month, comes there, T year goes there. Then don't forget we have the equation P month, P year. So I remove the labels. Then make these two invisible. These two highlight, go to property sheet here, visible, not visible. Then P month, take it on top of P month, P year on top of P year. Then after doing that one, we go back again to this end, go to add existing. Remember we also have PID equation of this one. So I go to PID number, remove that one, then also make it invisible. That one is just to allow data to flow or to have relationship or the joins. Then after having done that, you go to add existing fields here, scroll down. First of all, bring these ones here, we have Jan all the way to December. Drag and drop them here. Then drag your mouse on this end, remove the labels. You don't need to have the labels, delete, so that you can be left with that. Then here we have the water bills. We shall have this one, so we shall have to arrange this one, January, that way on top of the other one. This one should be removed, this should not be there, so this one should be arranged on top of the other one. Then after we do the coding will display them. The coding will just work on that to make sure which one is visible at what time. So that one is that way. Then I go here, arrange December here. December should be there. Then save. On the other hand, now we put the water bills. Go to add existing. Take water. Where is water 1? We started with water 2. Okay. We shall have to go back to the table. First of all, close this. Go to the table, payments. Add water 1. I can't see water 1 is here. I don't know where it has disappeared. To right click, design view. Go to this one. You should have water 1. Link. I don't know where we have put water 1. So probably I have put it here. Okay, it's not there. So I just go back to add existing here. I go to cross this, go to the query data entry, then add water 1. It was missing there. So I go to right click, design view, I go back to this. So now I have water 1, water 2 all the way to water 12. I bring them here. Don't forget also water 1 is here. So I cross this. Remove the labels. These are the labels. These ones you just drag and delete them. Drag, delete them. So again, we arrange this one for water. This one for water, you arrange them here one by one on top of the other one, just like we have done the other one there. Remember guys, we are designing the GUI, the graphical user interface, or the dashboard, where all operations will be carried on. So you do this, you also do that one, you also do that one. Then after having done that, we do for the electricity. So for the electricity, it will just appear here. So go to add existing, go now to electricity 1, hold shift key, electricity 12, bring them here. Then from there, you drag your mouse here, remove that one. So now I have to again arrange the electricity there. Electricity, I want them to be short, not to be, so I can just bring them here. So the electricity again should be arranged on top of the other one, just like I'm doing. You see? We are going on where? Good. So after doing that, guys, I come down here, pull this upwards, pull that one upwards, then until it goes to that point, you see. Then from there, I need to put a button here that will a toggle button. Click, draw a toggle button. You can go to format, give it color red. Then this is print receipt. This is print receipt. This one will help us to print the receipt. Later on, we shall see how that one is accomplished. So this is print receipt. Then save. So far, guys, this is what we have. This is our GUI. So right click, go to design view, then go to property sheet. The first thing is to make sure that there would be no data entry here. So I go to data entry, additions, no. Additions, no. You see now, it will not allow. Here, you see, there is no way you can add data. So again, we go back to property sheet, go to all, then scroll upwards. Go to where default view, single form, double click. It should be continuous form. Now you can see that as I add guys here, they will appear more and more. Like now, if I go to tenants table here and add another person here, I add James Sharks, like that. I added him today. You see, if now I run here and refresh, if I refresh, you see I have 3 guys. So once you set it as running, that is continuous, it changes the format. So the format should look like I have done so far. So then from there, just go to design view again here. This is P. We said visible, no. This one should be visible. ID number should be visible. What should not be visible is this one. This one should not be visible. So again, I pull this backwards, then save. Yeah, there we are. You see now this one is visible. Then we need to disable all these apart from now the mode of payment. So we go to design view, you disable we pull this down. This one can be taken that way a bit, so that the customer name might be longer. So I need to disable, sorry, I pull the mouse, I need to disable that one. So data enabled, no. Then I go again to house number, enabled, no. Then we go to these two, months and year, enabled, no. It should not be enabled because we don't need them tampered with. Then just pull this up, see what we have so far. You see now the only active feeds are the ones we want to feed. So you can see when I'm trying to select here, I can only get a beep. The computer is not, Microsoft Accept is denying me. So you need to set Dynaset. So I go to data. Here you choose the form. You choose the form. Then Dynaset here, record Dynaset. It should read inconsistent updates. Now you see things will change. You see now, can be in a position to feed. You see? Now it's changing because I have changed that. Then there is this hash hash hash. Just, I think this is the deposit. So we take that back. Deposit should be increased. Like that. Yeah. Therefore, now you can now see Kenya shillings. So this is how now so far our graphical user interface looks like. Then on the next thing is to, let me see whether probably we can at least adjust these ones to come somewhere there. To be, I just need this one to be somewhere there, so that these ones can come over, so that deposit can have a bigger row. Yeah, like that. So this is our graphical user interface, but we need also to do something here. We need to draw a label here, a label all the way up to somewhere there. So we have ID number, tenant, deposit, date entry, mode of payment, then house number. So this one should be somewhere there. House number. So this is what we have, but I need to pull this up. So this one should be format, color white, and bold. So this is what I have. So guys, if I run this, see what I have so far. This is my graphical user interface. So after arranging the graphical user interface, in my next video I will be doing the Rust and final touches, where I'll be doing the VBA. Then later on we shall do the startup objects like the splash form and the login screen. Then our system will be complete. So guys, don't run away, just stay on board so that we can be in a position to do the final part of the program, that is the VBA coding together. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done so. Also share these videos with your friend. Thank you very much. Let's continue with our real estate rentals management system. In our last session, we created the dashboard. So today we shall proceed with the coding part of the VBA. So we go to design view, I go to design, then I go to properties. Then here we go to form, then event. I want when the form loads, these buttons are hidden. So I just go to event, then I hit the 3 dots. Then from here, I need to do some coding. First of all, here you can just include option explicit. Then from here, just come to this point. We want to disable electricity. So what you need to do here is just to have E1 dot visible equals to force. Then we have E2 dot visible equals to force. So we can copy these two just to save on time. Copy this, take the cursor here, press enter, paste, press enter, paste, press enter, paste. Then I will move this one, so this is E, this is E3, this is E4, this is E5, this is E6, this is E7, this is E8. So we paste again. This is E9, electricity 9, this is electricity 10. 10. Then we paste again. This is electricity 11. This is electricity 11. This is electricity 12. So this is to disable electricity. Then we go to next. We have to disable water. Disable water. So to disable water, we have W1 dot visible equals to force. Then W2, that is water 2 dot visible equals to force. Then we have W3 dot visible, water 3 dot visible equals to force. Then copy these three to make your work easier. Copy, Control C, then paste. So this should be there. So this is W3, this is W4, W5, W6, W7, W8, W9, this is 10, this should be 11. So I have now disabled water. So we go to next one, we disable the months. Disable months. So for the months you have January dot visible equals to force. Then you have Feb dot visible equals to force. Then you have March dot visible equals to force. April dot visible equals to force. May dot visible equals to force. We have June dot visible equals to force. July dot visible equals to force. Visible equals to force. Then we have September dot visible equals to force. October dot visible equals to force. Visible equals to force. Then we have December lastly dot visible equals to force. So guys, after having done that one, you'll notice that I have the code. So we go back to save, then hit the access button, go home, view. You realize that the stuff is working here. You see, the electricity, water, and the months were here, have been disabled. So the next point is that when I press January, the January stuff becomes active. When I press February, the February stuff becomes active but hides January and all other months. So guys, we right click, we go to design view here, right click, go to design view, then I hit on January. Now I'm coding for January, of which I repeat for all the 12 months, but I will quicken the process. Once you understand how to code the first 2 months, then the other one you can also copy paste. So guys, just go to event on click, go to event procedure, hit the 3 dots. Now what you need to do as a bright programmer, just copy this. there is no much need of coding. So I have that one. Then I just come to this point, and I'm in this point. I write a comment that I'm coding. This is January code. So you paste it there. Remember, January is the first one. So here this becomes true. All the others remains false. Then I go to water 1. Water 1 is for January. So this remains true. All other remains false. Electricity 1 is for January. This remains true. All the others remain false. So as simple as that, I have coded for January. So save that one. Now when I go to back to access button here and hit view, then hit on January, see guys what will happen. The January stuff is activated, but all the others have been hidden. So we go back. There is something we have forgotten to do. We need to click. When we click on January, this label here, label 16, says January. So I go back to this one. Then here I just type that label 16 dot caption equals to January. See? So when I click on this button, label 16 says January. Let's see whether that one works. So I click on the button, then I zoom out, then home, view. So when I click on January, there we are guys, you see it says January. But when I click February, it will say February, and open this one's for February, allowing me to capture data for February. For that case, you can just format this one to center, and that one to center, then red in color, or I think white should work better. White, then go back format, there we give it 16, then save home view. So when I click on January guys, you see it says January. So we go back and code for February. So I go to February, then I go on click event procedure, hit the 3 dots. So I paste that. This time round, this one is code for January, code for February, February. That is for easier follow-up. So this one true, E2 is for February, becomes true. Water 2, that is for month 2, February, becomes true. Any other remains false. Then February here becomes true. So we shall repeat the same process whereby all the others will be false. Like 1 is for January, 2 is for February, blah blah blah, up to 12. 12 is for December. So you will make sure that at the end of the day, your code is everything here has true, but if in a single occurrence, all the others remains false. So that's how we shall go about it. So we go back here and say label 16 dot caption equals to February. So this one says February. That says February. I save that one, hit the access button, save home view. So guys, when I click on January, you see it opens for January. And if I type something like 4500, this one I type something like 1200, this one I type something like 1000. That is for January. So when I click on February, you see for February is blank. So I can just come here and feed for February 2000. This one is 120. Electricity, I come here and save 850. So when I go back to January, see guys for yourself, January and February are two independent, independent months, whereby none of the month is tampering with the other one. They are being switched by the VBA code. So guys, if you have seen that one, it will be now very easier for you to code the other months. Just go to design view, you go to March event, on click event procedure, you repeat the same. Like now this one is called, this is called for March. So I just paste. March is month number 3. So again, we just do the same. Label 16 dot caption equals to March. As simple as that. March. So March is month number 3. So this one becomes true. See, once you code once, you just recycle the code. True. all the others remain false. So month 3, W3, that is for March. Oh yeah, true. Then we go to March here. March becomes true. All the others remain false. So that will be the order of the day, whereby again when you save and come here, click on January, you see February, March. You see now the system will allow you to only feed the month that is active for that juncture. So after having done that one, now you see that this one's this is label 16, label 16, label 16. Good. So we go back to this and go to view. So if I open this one, there is this one that is opened. You have to close this one. So if I go to this one, you see it's working. April, October. Okay, let's May, April, November. December. I think this one's had some issues. Good. Now it's working. So the next point here is to set that when you feed data here, the data is automatically updated here without missing some of the feeds. So I delete that one. So I need to do a bit of coding. So I go to this point. Now I want to code on these points here. We have the January, that is the month. So we go to one of the months here, like December, then go to design, then go to property, then we go to event on roster forecast. That means macro or function that runs when a control or form loses the forecast. So I just go to this point, event procedure on roster forecast. I click the 3 dots. So on roster forecast, we shall have that PD, that is payment ID number equals to ID number of the tenant. Then the month, the payment month becomes the month of the tenant. Then the year also becomes the T year. So that's what we shall repeat. So this one is for December. So I just copy this here, just paste it down here. Then we change this one to November. This is November. Then again I paste it there. This becomes October. That is for October. Then again we paste. This becomes for September. Then again, so for September, this is for August. Then we have July. This will ensure that data is duplicated in the child table. This is for June. If you fail to do that one, you'll notice that data will not be saved, or it will just be staggered. Then we have June, we have May, we have April, we have March, we have February, and last three, we have January. So when you are feeding data for January and the other months, this one, when the control uses focus, the data from the parent table is equated to that one. So I save that one, and then I go to this point. Like for example, if I just come here and key in data for that is for January, again 4500. Let's say 120, 520, electricity 100, this again 5800, then 360, then 520. Then I change this is cash. You see now, if now I do that, then go to February, again feed 2300. Let's say this is, you want to pay this one that way, then this is also cash. Now if I cross this, okay, we have not yet assigned the cross button. So when you go to payment table here, you'll notice that payment table, you'll notice that the figures have been captured apart from now this. That means still there is something we have not done. You see, it should also duplicate the ID. Then that means still there is something. Now that's why data is disappearing here, because we have not yet assigned the correct parameters. So again, we go back to at this point, go to cross, go to data entry here. So I go to data entry. I need to go to design view here. Then I go to these other functionalities that I equated. We have this ID number, T month, and the rest. So we have this one. We have P month and T month. So this one, T month. You go to design view, go to property sheet, then go to on roast focus here. Also do the same for it. You paste that. I needed to remove this. So this ones I copy this. That is for T month. I save. Again I go for the P month. Yeah. You paste that one. Save. Again I go to the other one that I equated. The other one I equated is this one, the ID, that one. So I paste. Then again I go to the casting. I paste the same. And lastly, which other one did I equate? The P, this one, the P month. So design properties. Okay, it's already there, P month. So it is the T month. Design property sheet. Okay, T month. Okay. So after doing that one, now it should work. So I bring this back there. Then hold this, take it upwards there. Then save. So let's try and see. So we have 1200, 4500, 5600. This is cash. So we have that one. So still this one hasn't worked. Let's see why that one might not be the case. Let's see. So we also fix the T year. The T year here. T year is missing that. You see the T year is missing that. Save. Then you also go to the other one is P year. Design. Go to properties. Event. you also put that one, T year and P year. Any field that you equated, you must type this. That is the equation must be given. So I cross this, take this back, then take it up, save and run. Let's see. So first of all, we clear the payment. So I go to January, cash, cash, cash. Then I feed 8,500. This is 8,500. Then this is 8,500. And let's say this is 230, 230, 450, 450, 500, 500. That's what we have. So we go to payments table here and try to see we shall only say we have succeeded when the PID is duplicated here. Otherwise, still we haven't succeeded in that. So let's check January here on roster focus. And paste that one. That was the remaining part. February on roster focus. Paste that one. Save. Then we have March dot roster focus. Paste. Save. Then we go to April dot roster focus. Paste and save. We go to May dot roster focus on roster focus. Paste. I think that was the remaining part. So we save. Then just go to this and clear data. We need to clear data here. We clear that. So we run this one. We start with January and see. We want to make sure that our system is working. It is giving data to the parent, to the child table. Otherwise, the system will not be functional. That way. So this is cash, cash, cash. That's what we have. So here we go to payment and check. There we are. You see now it's working. You see for this first guy here, the ID number has been duplicated. This ID number has been duplicated to this one. So it is now functioning. That the ID numbers, when you go to the second person, the third person, the ID numbers should be duplicated here. So the record will be saved permanently for that point. So you just go to home and refresh this one. Then also go back to our coding and make sure that everything is intact. So we go to the other months, like we have June. We do the same to June. That is for June. On roster focus, we do the same. July, you do the same for all the months. July, August, you do the same. Make sure the equated fields are done that way. Then we have October. I'm pasting the equation. Then I just go to November, equate, go to December, also equate, that way. So after doing that one, your data will be, when you run your data, like now for this guy here, you see for this guy it is permanently there since the data has been captured and duplicated to the other one. Then the next thing is to show you how to create the receipt. So for the receipt, you need to create a report. So I can close this one, go to create, then I just go to report, design. Then you can just make this one something up to that point, save it as receipt. Then once you do that, you can create, like now I can duplicate this one, copy, paste, then I call it receipt. Then for the receipt here, I need to do something, so I go to the receipt. I use the ID number here, so I go to criteria and then type forms, exclamation mark, data entry, exclamation mark. I take the field I want. The field I want is ID, so I scroll until I get the ID. That is the function, forms data entry ID. It will be reading the ID. Then I save that one, I cross it. Then I use that receipt query to be the source, raw source for the report. So I go to properties, I go to design, properties. This one should be in design view. So I go to properties, I go to or, then I scroll upwards. Record source should be receipt, save, so that I can see all the feeds I want. So I just go to design, go to add existing list. So from here I can now drag and drop the feeds I want. I need ID number there, and the ID number somewhere. This design, this one is receipt. This is my receipt. Then format, you do format. That is my receipt. So this is the ID number. Then I need the customer name to be somewhere there. Customer name. That way. Then group by customer name. Shall group them by customer name that way. Then from there you can now include the feeds you want. Right now I want this January to December, so I bring them here, January to December, that way. This is January to December. Right, for example, let's work with that one. You can modify your receipt as you want. So this is my receipt. Save. Okay, it may not run since I have filtered. So this is how it will look like. You can add water, you can add electricity here. Like for example, someone else might come and add water. Like now, you want to add water. You hold shift, you bring the waters here. Then remove this. See now, I need to remove the labels. This one, I need to remove those ones. So I bring the waters here to, bring the water here. Then this is for December. So you can make sure they October, November. This is for November. This is for October, for September, for August, July, June, May, April, March, February, like that. So later on you'll add the missing ones. Like for example, I can't see water one. Later on we shall add it, or you just go to receipt here, make sure that water one is available, just add it. Then when you come here, it will be in position to be water one is here. So you remove this one and then bring water one for January there. So for the electricity you do the same. So if I run, you'll notice that my receipt is will be here. So to display it, you need to go to this field here, go to design view, go to this button here, this button, then go to property sheet of it, properties, then go to event. On click, you click the three dots, go to macro builder, go to OK, then type open report, then choose the report. The report is here, the report is receipt. There you are, then save. So after doing that one, if now I run this one, when I run this one, go to January, for this guy here, when I click on him, then click receipt, there we are, you see, it should produce the receipt for Adam cards only, because the last guy here, you see this guy is Adams. So if I go to John Peter, click on his field, receipt, it will be 00 John Peters. ID number will be taken and the rest, but you'll notice that data is not being duplicated. But you see now here the system is working. Let me just try to feed more. Like if I go home and refresh, there is nothing, nobody with any amount. So I go cash, I go cash. Then once I do that, I go to, I'm in January, I go to John Peter. Let me say John Peter has paid 4,500. That is the amount of electricity. Then this one is 5,400. This is 850, sorry, 850. This one is 4,500. This is 540. This is 450. So here you notice that these two guys have been captured. So if I go to this point, like now, I go to the first guy here, this one. If I go to this guy here, then click review receipt, you see the receipt will include now the water bill here for January for 20, because now the receipt is working. So what you need to do is to just modify your receipt to be somehow decent, and that one you can just take your time to do that. So design, go to properties, go to all, then we need to back style here, it should be transparent so that we remove those lines. Not yet, so back, go to border style, transparent, so that we remove those lines. Yeah, there we are, guys. You see now I have removed those lines. So if I add electricity for this guy, design, then go to design, add existing, then bring electricity, up to electricity 12 here, remove the labels, delete them. So if I bring the electricity somehow closer to that, then go to design, property sheet, remove the back style to transparent, that way. You'll notice that this guy, January rent is this one, and this is the electricity. So you can still modify that one to look nice and better. Then we have this code. This code is for cross button. You can copy it. I paste it in the description. So this is real estate pro. So I copy this code here. I copy this, then I cross this. I want to have the cross button functioning, so I just go to this point, cross button, then go to event, then on click event procedure, click the three dots, paste the code. So this code of mine is for, I just copy this code again, copy, go to this one, we undo, paste it there, then change this part here to real estate pro, like that. So you can have this code from my description, or you can download copy of this database from my website and take all the codes for free. So when I come to this point, see what happens. To say real estate pro, confirm you exit. No, I am retained there. Confirm receipt, it goes. So you can see the system is actually functioning well. So for that case, in case you want to delete a record, you just press delete from this black button here. then you'll be in a position to see that. So from here you can see now that button is firing. Then we can code for this show ribbon and the next, the sister cousin or the cousin. So I just go to show ribbon, right click, go to properties, go to event. On click, what happens? So I go to this point that do cmd dot show ribbon, show, let me just dot show toolbar. The toolbar is ribbon, so ribbon should not be shown, that is show ribbon, yes. So I code this should be ribbon, so I just copy this part of the code and change yes to no. So this is for showing ribbon. So for hide ribbon, just go to event procedure, hit the three dots, paste, but change yes to no. There we are. So I cross file home. So show ribbon, hide ribbon, you see ribbon is hidden, show ribbon, ribbon is shown, confirm this one, this goes. On the other hand, since I locked this one here, I locked this one, I need to have a form that should be used to feed the primary data of the tenant. So we go to design view, create, we go to create form wizard. I need to create customer ID, I need to create date exit, listen, house number, flat, term and condition here, month, house status, category, these ones. I need to have all this data, those ones up to that point. So I then go to next, columnar, next, finish. So it will populate for me a report, a form, sorry. Now this is my form. So this is my customer's form. This one, this is the one that I'll be used to capture. This is tenants details capture form. So in this form of mine, I will capture the data that should be displayed in the dashboard. So that one should be done. Now this is whatever I have. This is my data format. I need it to be bold so that it can be readable. So this is my form. Now when I capture somebody here and capture even the documents, this is the documents I need. Then once I close this form, it should automatically open this. So here I just need, first of all, I can close this. This is the data capture. So I can add a button here. Go to design, add a button. Sorry, add a toggle button here that add tenants. This is my toggle button, add tenants. It is red in color white. Then this one should be 16. So add tenants. Then this button I need to code something about it. Properties, go to event, on click event, hit the three dots. Then what you say here is that do cmd dot cross whenever you click that button, it crosses itself. Then do cmd dot open form. Which form should be opened? Data entry. Sorry, yeah. Let me just confirm the name of the form. The form is data. Let me just take this copy. To remember the spelling. Paste. So the system will automatically cross itself and open that code, that one. So I cross that. So I save that. So you see what's happening. It crosses itself and opens this. So the same should happen here. When I cross this one, it should cross itself and open the dashboard. So I just put the button here, cross form. You see, cross form. So this button, when I click on it, it will cross itself. It will cross itself, and for that juncture, open the dashboard. dashboard. So we go to coding on click. What happens? So do cmd dot cross, it crosses itself. Do cmd dot open form. Which form? It should open data entry form. See, that's how that one is switched. So when I cross, you see, when I click this one, they keep on switching. You see, they keep on switching. That is a very intelligent way of coding. So I go to add tenants. I click, I need to put buttons for add new here. So design, you can draw the button. Then I go to record operations, add new. Then you have add record, next, finish. So you have this button for add new. You can change it to that way. So when I save and run, add new, there is a bit of functionality not working. So whenever I add somebody from this part here, whenever I add somebody from this part here, whenever I add somebody from, don't save, whenever I add somebody from this part here, should be in a position to, let me just cross this one first of all, cross, yes, let's see, I cross this one, then reopen it again, let's see what happens. So I go to data entry, still not active, so let me just open access 2021, we see whether it will work. So we open that one, we go to data entry. So probably my access is not really functioning on that, but what happens when you click on add new button here and add somebody here, when you add somebody here, you'll be in a position to get him or her added here. So in case you want to create something like the statement, you just populate a report from, that is from the wizard. Right now I can just go to report wizard. You can just come to this and populate whatever you want. Right now I need to have the payments, so you can just come to this point, have the ID. First of all, you can have the serial number, then the ID, then now you can have January, February, March, April, these all months, like that. Then next, then here tabular, next, then finish. You can have, you see now you have to populate something there, but now this time around you can just make it landscape to make sure you see, or later on you can just go to design view and opt to bring this one, to reduce the size. Right now you can remove this. See now these sizes are so big, so you just need to do something like I'm just doing, just reduce the size. Just reduce the size of this stuff so that you can have a good looking statement. You see now you'll have a good looking statement for that case. Then bring the others all the way to December. Just pull them towards this end. See now. Then from there probably you'll be in a position to view. You see now it's working. So you can be in a position to come up with a very good, a very nice statement just from here like that. So you just need to bring these ones closer to each other to make sure that you save on space and it fits on an A4 paper. Otherwise you will need other forms of papers, that is other sizes of the papers to print. You see now what I'm doing. So from here, I can be in a position to view and have my report in an A4 page. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe. You can also copy or download this system, but basically I will provide this one. This one was just to show you how that one is done. So probably I'll avail this one. I will avail this one for you. This is what I will avail for you. This one I will avail this one for you, so that you can copy you can just export the splash form and the login screen for that case. So like this one here, you just need to, this is the version that is actually more than whatever I have done, this one. So this one is whatever I was telling you, that you can just copy this. There is nothing hidden, so you just need to have this system from my website, and then you can have the codes. You can also use it for practice. The only difference with whatever I have taken you through is that that one was really coaching, but this one is a complete system that I took a lot of time to really work on it. So guys, thank you very much for watching again, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.